What's going on? It's Ruben here. Tonight we're starting my swivel hub rebuild on the left side. We've got 4 weeks till we're going away to Morton Island. So the swivel hub's been leaking for like 6 months now, and I've sort of been putting it off as you do. No one wants to do a swivel hub rebuild, they suck. So tonight I'm getting started. It's Friday night. Last time I actually did the swivel hub rebuild and the wheel bearings was probably like a year and a half ago. Now, I'll tell you a little story about that. Now, this story starts us off on the highway. Me and the boys were hooking it up to King Kuna, which is a beach up near Bundaberg in Queensland. I had brake problems, right? I had brake problems all the way up. It was Friday Arvo, we were hooking it up. And the whole way up there, I'm like, boys, like, something's wrong with my brakes. So we pulled over in Gympie, checked over the brakes. We bled them if there was like any air in there. All good, it was sweet, so we kept on traveling. I still had brake problems. I'm like, look, we're gonna have to suss it tomorrow morning when we get to camp, because yeah, it was Friday night, we just wanted to get there. And it was about like a 4.5 hour drive. So anyway, we continued on, and as I've got onto, I think it was a turn off to Bundaberg, so we were about like half an hour out, I smelt smoke, and I thought, well, that's not good, so we better pull over. And as I pulled over, all this smoke going everywhere. So I got over the UHF and I told one of the boys to get a fire extinguisher. Came running over, I jumped out, and it was over this side. Believe it or not, my wheel bearings were smoking. They were that hot because the wheel bearings pretty much collapsed. Now, probably due to poor maintenance. I've not checked them. It may have been loose, it may have been too tight. I got no idea. The story goes on to pretty much we rolled out the swags on the side of the highway, dodgiest thing I've ever done. Then the next morning we ducked up to Repco in Bundaberg, got wheel bearings, did the whole swivel hub and rebuilt everything, so new spindle and all the bits and pieces. So I actually haven't touched the wheel bearings since that event. Now, I don't know, we put it on in a rush. It was a mad haul, so we're gonna see what they're looking like today. But I'm very excited to see how they're holding up, to see what's going on inside of there, because obviously we're going up to Morton, as I said. I don't want anything to break down. I want to be as reliable as I possibly can, and I don't want to be blowing up wheel bearings again. So that's what we're doing today. Let's get into it. Now, it does not help my case at all that I am running the big old neg 44s. That pretty much puts a lot of pressure on my wheel bearings, and it's causing me to do them repacking the wheel bearings like every 6 to 12 months, which sucks. No one likes repacking wheel bearings. I want to get away from the neg 44s. The reason being, obviously, because the wheel bearings, they poke out of the guards, cops don't like it. Now, if your wheel bearings are here, right, and you've got a massively wide rim, obviously it's going to put more pressure on the wheel bearings than if the rim was right next to the wheel bearings. So it's not putting much pressure on it. As you can see, they're wide. If you want to repack your wheel bearings every 6 months, get some wide rims. If you don't want to repack your wheel bearings every 6 months, get something a little bit better, like some neg 22s or some neg 18s or neg 10s or neg 2s or just zero offset. So that's not helping my case at all, but let's get this tyre off and get cracking. There you go. Alrighty, so first thing to come off is the hub. For some reason I can smell grease, diff oil, all belted together. Stinks. Obviously it's been leaking for a while. The grease and oil have mixed together. Don't know if you can see that, but that is not a good color you want to see at all. It's very wet, which means diff oil has got in with the grease, mixed it all together, and that's how your wheel bearings can get cooked pretty easily. Alrighty, let's see what this looks behind here. Next to come off are the brake calipers. There is grease everywhere. Look at that state of that bolt. What's dangerous about letting swivel hubs go, I'll show you. So what happens is, once the seal goes, obviously all the oil has got to go somewhere, which most of the time gets onto your brakes. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of grease, a heck of a lot of grease. Look at that, all coming into my brakes. That is shocking. You've got to be joking. Now I've got to take the wheel bearing nut off. Because I don't have a wheel bearing socket, I've got to use the old hammer and screwdriver trick. I'll show you how she works. There she comes. So that's the first wheel bearing nut. All right, that's the star washer there. Get that out of here. We don't really need that because I'll be getting a new one tomorrow with the wheel bearing kit. Alrighty, we've got another wheel bearing nut in here. Yet again, back with the hammer, and there she is. We'll get these bolts out of here, which will allow us to see the knuckle. Off this tie right here. Alrighty, we'll see if we can smash this tie end out, eh? And that's how you do it. Slap this CV out. Look at that. I tell you what, no need for dinner tonight. The 80 has supplied with some beauty of a soup. Which is just holding the plate on for the knuckle. So take all these off. I'm probably going to continue this tomorrow. Just got to clean up. I got to head to Repco and get Swivel Hub rebuild kit. Heap of degreaser, brake cleaner, start cleaning up all this. Pack the bearings, put everything back together, put the new seal in, and we should be good to go. I'll see you tomorrow. Alrighty, so it's the next morning. I've already done my mad dash to Repco to grab all the gear I need for today to pretty much finish off all the Swivel Hub. I stayed up a little bit last night, just doing a little bit of cleaning here and there, but I ran out of degreaser, so I had to run out and get some more. I'm gonna do a full breakdown of what I've got here. Paper towel, now that's gonna come in handy cleaning up all the grease. This is my rear wheel bearing kit and axle seal. So eventually I also need to do, probably not today, but maybe next weekend, do my rear axle seal because that's starting to leak again. And then repack my bearings. So I got that for next weekend, which is a little ripper. This is where all the fun and joys get together. This is the Swivel Hub rebuild. So I got it for left and right. I think it cost me like 280 bucks. So you got some seals here. You got your gaskets. I got my axle seals. These are the bad boys that get leaking, right? Now, my advice and from my experience, do not use Repco brand seals. Get genuine axle seals when you're doing your Swivel Hubs because they are bound to leak again. So I've got my good mate Lockie who works at Toyota, bringing me over some genuine seals, which is going to save me. Anyway, more bearings. Got the runners here, bearings, which will be good to go. I got some ADW90 for diff oil. I got to refill that up because obviously when that seal pushes past, all the oil can push past that seal and it's obviously gone into my bearing, so I've lost diff oil. Also, when you do your Swivel Hubs, you got to drain your diff oil, which I actually didn't really need to do because there was not enough diff oil in my diff, which is awesome. We've got brake cleaner, so that's just going to clean up my brakes because there's about half a ton of grease and oil all over them. 4 tins of degreaser. An old man told me once, when I was doing my bearings, he said, use marine grease. Now, the reason behind that is that it prevents water. And then obviously I got your high temp wheel bearing grease here as well. Now, these are probably the worst Swivel Hubs I've actually ever seen. The amount of grease and oil that is on everything is absolutely cooked. Like, that is just thick of grease and oil. So that just shows you got to be doing consistent maintenance on your car. Otherwise, they get cooked like that. Oh, Lockie showed up with me axle seal. You ripper. Delivery man.
Last time I was here, it cost me $6 grand.
I've only just came back from Repco to grab some stuff.
Oh yeah, grabbed all your bits and bobs. There we go.
There you go.
Got him.
Well, that's what was making a leak. Swivel Hubs. That's the culprit. What are we doing here, Les? Tell us what we're doing.
A bit of petty in the old bucket. Start sniffing her up and cleaning parts in her, mate. You know how that goes.
All these bad boys will be dunking in there and giving them a good old clean.
This is your hub where your bearings sit. You want to get your screwdriver in here. Just hit it down. And pops your bearing and seal out.
See, this fuel's cold.
Oh, got a whole bunch of old rollers out of your old bearings when it blew up at Bundy in here.
Are you serious? What?
I'm like trying to clean the grease out and I'm feeling these random lumps. I was like, what's going on there? It's just been sitting in there floating around. Oh well. Mate, that's far.
Oh, well. That's what happens.
Get that on the big jobs, mate.
Just cleaning up all the parts here, the fuel. Look at that. Like brand new. How good's that? All clean, knuckles all done. Look at that. Well, rust no more with the wire wheel.
So your trick with the axle seal, just about any axle seal I've ever done, this is the best trick for it, to make sure you don't cook it when you're putting it in. You want to sit it in there, just with your fingers, kind of as flush as you can. And you just give it one big hit. All right, now she's seated in properly. We'll hit it in a bit more. Beautiful. Bob's your uncle.
I mean, some people like to use fuel for different purposes. But we use it for cleaning.
What we're going to do now, we're going to get our kingpin bearing races out.
I'm still on cleaning duties over here, it's a joke.
Because if it's not straight, it ain't right. And I'm not talking about cars.
So, plan is, we'll fill this knuckle up with grease.
You're supposed to put molly grease in it. Basically, with molly grease is over time, the oil separates from the grease, which is why you get your leaking swivel hubs, or one of the reasons. Now we're putting the knuckle back on, just like so. So you want to make sure you sit your kingpin bearings in there first, otherwise you'll have some issues. So grease, when it's compressed, is a real good seal. You put a bit of grease there, saves you putting sealant and having to clean that off and scrape it off next time. Alright, so we're currently doing up the old kingpin bearings. So just remember guys, when you're doing basically anything on a car, you want to make sure you do it up evenly. So you see Ruben's putting 2 nuts on either corner so he can put it all up at the same time. Otherwise it'll go in crooked, lock up on your bearing and you cook your bearing. Alright, some nice grease in the knuckle.
Get that all in there. Look at that.
Yes. Well, you're supposed to get it in there, Bob. Have some fun with the Smurf, mate.
So what you want to do is you want to pack this knuckle with the grease sort of up to the level of the seal, which will just keep everything running smoothly. If you put too much in there, it'll blow out your seal, which is obviously not what we want because that's what we're replacing. But all new bearings going in, all new seals going in, like a brand spanker.
The old CV full of grease for him.
There you go, mate. Aircon's fixed. CV's done. Well, we're about to see how this marine grease performs.
First drive, your CV explodes.
Bang! You sort of want to hold it out on an angle like this.
What about flat spots?
Oh yeah, put your flat spot. See your flat spot there? She should go right up the top and align that up, pretty much. So, I can't really show you. I'll show you this flat spot here. Can you see that? There you go. So, flat spot on the CV. She's all greased up. Now, the trick is, do not touch your axle seal, otherwise you'll be doing the same job next week. We don't want to be doing that. So, we want to make sure we get her in.
Facing straight for you.
You know what they call me? They call me one and done.
A little round thing in there, that's your axle seal.
One and done, baby. There we go. Spindle's going on now. Just putting that gasket on.
Hey, yeah, beauty. Just cleaning off his old hub. I don't know if you can see that. Nice little cracks in there.
Ah, well, what can you do, eh? After that, we ducked into Repco, picked up a new hub, and of course, had to zing on.
2 large Zinger kebab meals. Put them in there when you're ready.
Thanks, mate.
Looks pretty good there.
Oh,
mate just went and found Shrek. So when you're doing this, you just want your grease flush with your races here. Like I just said, if you overpack them, your bearings get hot, and you'll be replacing them every 10,000. Beautiful.
Yeah, right.
This next part is doing up your wheel bearings. Basically, you do this first nut up till it kind of just touches. Then this will sit on. Then you do your next one up as tight as it will go. And then these here are locking pins for you. And basically, you want to find one. See how that's sitting on this flat edge here? So you'd knock that one over. And then you'd find one that's sitting on this flat edge here, on this other side, and you knock him over as well. And that would lock your nuts together. So Ruben's just about to go and do that for you all. Genuine flat ST, mate.
Ah.
So you got one folder down there, and the other one folded over backwards. Wheel bearings are now done.
Now, before I put these hubs back on, I just wanted to show you the difference between why the heck we replaced it. So, as you can see here, this one's cracked. Yeah, all the scunch marks. Look at that. That's clean as your toilet. We've had some technical difficulties. Actually, not technical difficulties. It's just people by Repco don't know how to give the right part. That's the problem. Right, so after our hub situation, we've ducked down to Repco, got the new hub, $415 for one hub. Gold's not included in this hub. It's a normal 80 series locking hub. One hub, $415. Are you joking? Are you kidding me? It wasn't a joke. I said to the bloke, I said, "Oh, what's it got gold in it, mate?" And he goes, nah, just to pay me hourly rate. So anyway, but that's the hub down there. If this hub ever breaks in my lifetime of owning this 80 series, I'm taking it back there and saying, give back my $415 because it is a joke. So that's my experience anyway. We're gonna do a little unboxing of my $415 hub. $415, ladies and gentlemen. For $415, you don't get a good night out. You get one of these. Just one. Look at the quality of it. $415. Like really good $400 quality. So that should last me triple my lifetime. Right, so now I'm putting on my $400 hub. No need for a pair of pliers, mate. Like the guy at Repco. He sold me the wrong hub.
All right, so we're just finishing her up around here.
Putting the backing plate on.
All this good stuff back here.
So hopefully no more leaky boy. That's the plan.
Yeah. Look at that, eh? $415 worth of plastic, metal, and grease.
Yep.
Yep. Could have bought a whole car for that much.
Let's do the maths on this. That hub is worth 1/5 of the gets. It's gotta be a joke.
Oh, look at that spanner work right here, eh?
Something first radio, mate.
Hey.
Well, that's the swivel hub done. Probably the worst one I've ever seen on my car. It was about 2 years overdue. But a lot of missing stuff. So there was a fair few things we had to go back to Repco for. Went to go to Repco 3 times, didn't we? Bit of a joke. But I'm keeping that cracked hub for a spare, which will be all right if one of these absolutely obliterate, which they shouldn't really, because they cost $415. But anyway, look, that's that done. Swivel hub's all sorted. We go to Moreton Island 3 weeks, so I got a bit more stuff coming, so stay keen for that. But look, I'll see you next time. See you later.